Hello, and welcome to ScrapbookingStation.com. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to create this Cameo bird card. And then, using the leftovers from that card, we'll create a second. So let's take a look at what materials I've selected. First, I've got the natural white cardstock from Stampin' Up, and they're cut into the base card sizes. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. And then scored at 4 1/4 for both pieces. Then I've chose to use Real Rose as my base color. So I've got two pieces of cardstock, one that we're going to texturize and then cut, and then the other is going to remain plain and cut. And then a two-sided to use for my frame of the pattern paper, then some leftover scraps for our bird. And so the tools that we're going to need is first our bird builder punch. Say that 3 times fast. And then, of course, our big shot. And so I've got the multi-purpose platform and then the 2 cutting sheets. And then I selected the square lattice textured folder, but you can use any small pattern textured folder. And then, of course, our label framelits. And if you count from 1 to 6, from the smallest to the largest, we're going to be using 2, 3, and 4 for our project. And of course I've got my paper cutter and my snail adhesive and glue. Can't be without that. Oh, embellishments. So natural linen thread for the bow, and then the pearls for the bird's eye, and then dimensionals. Okay, now I'm going to move to my work surface angle so we can take a look at how this is put together.
So we're going to start with everything that we have to run through the big shot. So first we're going to start with the largest piece of paper. So I've got a 5.5 by 4 1/4 solid, and I'm going to texture it. Then take that same textured piece of cardstock and use the largest framelit. And what I talked to you about before, that is number 4. And we run it back through. And that gives us our 2 die cuts. Put that aside, and now we take the second size solid cardstock, and then you can cut to 4 by 5 1/4. Center it and run it through this with the smallest framelit that I've picked out. And then lastly, we take your pattern piece of paper, make sure it's centered, and run it with the middle layer. Now we're going to separate our pieces into the 2 cards. Okay, and now we're ready to punch out using our bird builder punch. So I'm going to take a solid piece and cut that out, or punch that out. Then I'm going to take my 2 pattern papers and punch that out. So now I've actually got enough for 3 birds. But this way we can use the pattern papers to coordinate. So let's take the centers of our 2 cards so we know what the backing is going to look like. And then just select pieces. Remember that you've got 2 sides on those pattern papers. So you can play with that a little bit. The wings and the branch, they can go either way. Okay, once you like what you've got, go ahead and put those aside. And now we're going to start assembly. So I'm going to start with the card. It's actually the hardest because you actually put the frames together before you attach it to the front of your base card. So glue or snail adhesive the 2 frames together. Then I'm going to use my grid paper to make sure that I've got it centered. And lastly, I'm going to put that center pattern paper inside my frame. Okay, when you've got all that, it's ready to attach to your base card. At this point, we're getting our bird pieces that we decided for the front or the focal point of this card. What we're going to do is attach the wing first. So just a little bit of glue. And what you saw me doing was kind of curling the wing back a little bit to give it a little more dimension. Grab a dimensional and put it on the body of the bird. Positioning the branch first so you make sure you got that bird where you want it. And then go ahead and put that in the front of your card. Next we're going to glue the branch on. So just a couple spots of glue. And position that where you want it. Okay, next you're going to want to tie a bow on your linen ribbon. I've already done that. And so I've put a spot of glue and pop that on there. And then the final thing is to pull a pearl off of that sheet. Now I slide it across to make sure that that glue backing is on my pearl. And I use tweezers so I get it right where I want it. For the second card, it's actually a lot easier, and I've already put that together. But you can start by putting from the bottom up, and then the second layer of the textured cardstock, and then the solid again, and then position your bird. And that's all there is to it. This is a great format card, and any nested framelit will work. So here I've used the label framelits, but you can use any, and like I said before when we were gathering up the materials, a small pattern textured folder would work as well. Now, if you don't feel like investing in all that, visit my shop at Etsy.com. It's Creations by Calhoun, and I've got card kits, and you get to pick from 5 colors. We've created it in Regal Rose today, but I've got Perfect Plum, Pretty in Pink, Certainly Celery, and Bashful Blue. And it comes with all those pieces, and all you need is glue or Snell adhesive. Anyway, thank you for watching today. And if you've tried building this or something like it, please feel free to submit it on my community page. Just go to scrapbookingstation.com, go to the community page, and post a picture of your project. I'd love to show it. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.